Taurus. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what Spirit has for the collective. I have set that intention with my deck and with my guides. So if you're here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you're here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into it and see what Spirit has for you. I also have an oracle deck that we will pull from at the end to get additional messages. Ace of Wands, a new adventure. Kind of maybe new creative project here. Be sure and like the video. Definitely leave a comment if you feel called to do so, and subscribe if you like the messages. All the interactions really help my channel to grow, and they push the messages out there for other people as well. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. The Ace of Wands is a new passionate creative adventure, right? Like maybe going on some kind of traveling adventure or starting a new creative project, maybe starting a new business, starting a side hustle. But it is like passionate, right? Like the wands are very passionate. So this is something that you are very interested in and you're very invested in it. So aces are gifts from spirit, and this is spirit really handing you this new beginning, and you just needing to grab onto it and run with it, right? Like take this opportunity because spirit wants you to have this new beginning. The situation is the Page of Cups. So pages are messengers, and the Page of Cups is really about like that youthful energy, right? Like that inner child energy. Again with creativity, because this is about like your emotions, right? New emotional experiences here. So Ace of Wands, again, passion, like energy, and being really passionate about it, and then being emotional about it, right? But needing to be open to new opportunities here. So you could be wanting to start some kind of new creative project, right? Because the pages are like the Page of Cups is very grounded in who he is, and he feels free to express himself. And this could be about like just needing to really focus on your creativity here, right? That youthful energy, like this. If this is like a little girl painting, right? So maybe tapping into like your inner child, but just being open to new experiences and new creative endeavors, right? So the blockage is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is very intuitive, right? It's like what's behind the veil. So the High Priestess can be about, it's definitely about your intuition, right? So your intuition could be blocked. Again, this opening to creativity, opening to these ideas from spirit. Maybe you're needing to open to your intuition. Because that is that very creative, youthful energy, right? I feel like maybe your intuition is blocked, and you're not trusting the messages from spirit, or you're just not hearing them, right? Because she is very much about that self knowledge, like that inner knowing. And you could have some childhood wounding around that, right? So just trusting your intuitive higher self and knowing that that can be channeled at any time, and just needing to clear your mind and asking your heart for the answers, right? I just feel like that's very closed off. There could be no communication as well, whether that's intuitive messages or with another person. I feel like communication is closed off. Your intuition is closed off here. So the root cause of this is the Six of Cups. So this is past nostalgia, again with the inner child. Maybe something happened in your childhood that's kind of left you not trusting your intuition on a new adventure or some kind of new passion project that's very creative, right? Maybe you're wanting to start like an art studio, right? Like I'm seeing this little girl here. She's got like this easel with her paints. Like maybe you're wanting to start like a new creative project, or you're wanting to start a side hustle and have this new adventure, but you're very closed off to it because of something that happened in the past. Six of Cups is about, again, the nostalgia, the memories, the comfort zone. needing to leave your comfort zone and trust your intuition in order to start a new creative project, right? But this could be due to things that have happened in the past. And that could be, in business, or it could be in like early childhood, it could be, recent past. But that is what's causing some kind of blockage in your intuition here. So, in the very recent past, what is affecting this is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about growth, it's about expansion. It's about that foresight, right? Like seeing out to the future and really seeing the possibilities, right? And seeing like out to the future, like knowing what you want for your future, and then planning that and taking those steps towards it, right? It can also be about expectations. Maybe you were expecting things to go a different way, or maybe you have just changed your expectations about a situation. Um, but it's also about like needing to expand into a new role or identity. Maybe you really are wanting to start like fresh here. Whatever this new beginning is for you, you'll know what it is for you because you've been wanting this. You've just been closed off to it. You've been closing your intuition. But this is about like really expanding into some kind of new way of being, whether that's spiritually, mentally, physically, right? You could also be traveling, because this is my card for travel. So your higher self or your spirit guides are telling you Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a new emotional beginning. Again, like you have the opportunity for this whole new emotional beginning. This could be about opening to your intuition. So cups are about our emotions, and this is about like opening up to your heart chakra, right? Which has a lot to do with your emotions. When that is blocked, you are blocking your intuition. You are blocking love, happiness, joy, all of those things. And this is really needing to open up to the possibilities of emotional beginnings. She also has like this, it looks like a halo to me. So it looks like some kind of connection to the divine, right? Again, those intuitive messages, trusting your intuition, and then opening up to spirit for these spiritual messages, this personal development, this growth on your spiritual journey, right? Maybe this is you really blocking your intuition because of things in childhood, right? So you could be, you could hear what is that where you hear messages like clairaudient? You could be like a psychic medium, whatever that is. But it really has you kind of not trusting in your intuition. And then this is like spirit telling you to open up to this. This is like the divine offering you like self-love, a new connection with the divine, right? And just really opening up your heart chakra and really opening up to those messages. I mean, you have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups here. So in the immediate future, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is apathy, stagnation, it is boredom, but it's also about opening. It is about not focusing on the past. You have that Six of Cups here, right? Like opportunities are everywhere and you just need to see them, right? So this person is so focused on these three cups here that they're not seeing this gift right here, right? And again, this gift is this Ace of Cups from spirit trying to hand you this new emotional beginning. So this is about you really opening up to that and not focusing so much on the past. Because a lot of times we can close ourselves off because of pain that we've experienced in the past, and you've kind of like restricted yourself here again, which is, it's a normal human reaction. And I feel like you could have closed your intuition off here, and really closed off to the possibilities. And I just feel like this is about past situations that were unfulfilling in some way, and it's really held you back. So this is about you opening to new opportunities and not holding on to those past memories anymore. And your thoughts and feelings, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So you are really hoping for a new cycle here. The Wheel of Fortune is about karma, good luck. It is things starting to turn in your favor, right? Our lives go in cycles, and I feel like you're wanting to close a cycle and really open up here. So you're really looking forward to this new cycle and opening up to your intuition. I just feel like this is you like being really hopeful and um, hoping in divine timing, hoping and trusting in those cycles, right? Trusting in divine timing and trusting that spirit is going to start turning things in your favor. So in your environment, the influence here, we have the Eight of Wands, which is great energy. It's a fast moving energy. So things are going to pick up pretty quickly. I feel like you could start getting messages as soon as you open up, right? Once you release this past situation or this past these feelings or whatever this is in the past, this could be a relationship you're holding on to, it could be a thought pattern you're holding on to, whatever that is. Once you release that, I feel like it's really going to open you up and things are going to start moving very quickly. This could be, again, messages from spirit, opening up more to this creative beginning that you want here, whatever that is. Like really, maybe that art studio, right? We were talking about earlier. Maybe this is you like opening that up, and then all of a sudden you have like all these bookings, right? Like whatever it is just a very fast moving energy, like things really starting to pick up. And your hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is so it's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. But I feel like you're just really hoping for the confidence and like the know-how, and like she's like this charismatic, creative, really fiery, passionate energy, right? So she's also a master manifester, like the magician is. But I just feel like you're really hoping for the confidence, and you're really hoping to move in the direction that you want to. You have that creativity, that ambition, and taking that action, and then like having the energy to carry this out, right? So I feel like you're just really hoping for the energy and the confidence to move this forward, and I feel like you do. So the potential outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. This is like a stable offer. This is moving into more stability, right? So starting things slowly. So I don't feel like this is going to happen overnight, right? Like things are definitely picking up, moving you towards this passionate new beginning. But I feel like this is going to lead to a long-term stability, right? This is steady progress and long-term abundance. This is really going to lead to something very grounded and stable. So this isn't something that's just going to fizzle out, and maybe that was your fear from the past. There could have been a situation in the past. Maybe you tried this before and it didn't work out, right? And now spirit is urging you. Now is the divine timing. Now is the time. You're really hoping that it is the time, right? So, again, this is like that grounded, stable. This isn't something that's going to fizzle out. Like this is going to go the long term. This is going to be built over time, and you don't need to rush that process, right? But I just feel like this is very grounded, stable, reliable, a very reliable income, or just a very grounded and stable new beginning. So let's see here. What does Taurus not see coming, Spirit? Sorry, I had one fall on the floor. Oh, I love that. So you have Four of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Page of Swords. So this is about you, like joy, celebration. The Four of Wands is like a victory, but it's joy, celebration, like a community, right? Like celebrating with others. This is like maybe a grand opening to your art studio. I don't know why that keeps coming to me. That picture's so cute because it's like this little girl with her easel, right? So this is like a special event, or like joy and happiness. So there's definitely stability too, right? There's definitely stability, joy, happiness. And then you have the Hierophant, which is traditions and beliefs, but it's also like you becoming a teacher, right? You again, opening to that higher knowledge. So there is a victory in this higher knowledge, this belief, and it's really coming through for you. And then you have the Page of Swords, which is about learning fresh ideas and um, communication, right? Like learning things. So you could be really getting downloads here, like with the Hierophant and the Page of Swords. That's like spiritual ideas, motivation, like being open for conversations with others. Maybe you're getting ideas from others on more to do in the art studio, right? Maybe you started with paintings and then they open you up to a whole new, like, right? This is about like being open to new ideas and really learning, and also like, again, that bridge to heaven and earth. I keep thinking that because like on that Ace of Cups, like she has that infinity sign, like the higher knowledge, and trusting that you're being guided, right, by spirit. Because our path of learning is never complete. Like we are constantly open and learning. So, I mean, you could be learning from someone else, or you could be, teaching and then coming up with new ideas, right? So I really love that energy though. Like this is like stable. Um, it's stable and guided, right? Being able to trust in the downloads and the information and these beliefs, and then really doubling down on those beliefs, right? Because you've been closed off to your intuition. And this is really trusting in that higher knowledge. So, what's the advice for Taurus Spirit? What advice do you have for them? So you have the Six of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. This is about accepting some sort of lesson and then, don't feeding into that conflict anymore. Like accept it for what it is, and, um, equal give and take, that reciprocity, right? So Six of Swords is about moving on. It's a transition, things moving to calmer waters. But as far as like advice, it is about learning that lesson and then moving on, moving forward and leaving this past behind, right? That Four of Cups, Six of Cups, like leave that behind you because that's no longer serving you. And then you have the Five of Wands, which is about obstacles. It's also about, you have all of these people here, all these, well, it's witches in this card, but it's about like all these opinions, right? And using your ego like strategically, right? Like listening to the advice that they have for you, these new ideas, but also not feeding into the conflict, right? Ultimately, you are going to do what you want to do. Listen to their opinions, right? It's not worth the argument or um, the fight. It's just not worth arguing with people. So move on from whatever those obstacles and that conflict is. This could be like family, with the Six of Cups, this nostalgia, this past, this from your childhood, like telling you that you can't do this, right? So this is really moving on from that and accepting the lesson from it. And then you have the Six of Pentacles, which is like being grateful for that lesson, and then being grateful for this gift from spirit, because the Six of Pentacles is, yes, reciprocity. It is about equal give and take, but it's also a gift from spirit, right? And then being grateful for that gift, because the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups are gifts from spirit. They are opening you up to this creative, passionate beginning, and opening you up to your intuition, opening up to these messages, and then just being grateful for that, right? And being grateful for that lesson, which is hard to do, when certain belief systems are ingrained into us in childhood. Like, don't hold a grudge against that, right? Like, this could be parents, this could be family members, this could just be like friends from the past, whatever it is, like, right? This is just realizing that that was a lesson for you to learn and move on from it, leave it behind you, and just accept this gift from spirit. I really love this. I just feel like this is a whole new beginning for you, and then opening to your intuition, opening to the divine. And if it's not an art studio, maybe you're doing a tarot business. I don't know, whatever it is for you, it's definitely a creative endeavor, and it's really going to open you up emotionally, because our heart chakra and our heart space is very much tied to our intuition. And as much as people want to say that they're closed off to love, it's you have to be open in some way in order to get those messages from spirit, right? So opening your heart, opening your intuition, and trusting those messages. I love this. I think this is an amazing energy. Whatever it is, it's going to pick up pretty fast. Things are going to start moving pretty quickly. And I feel like you're trusting in that with that Wheel of Fortune here. So what else do you have for Taurus Spirit? What else do you have? I also see like on that Six of Cups, like they have plants. So maybe you want to start like a nursery, like for plants and stuff. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's a nursery for babies. I don't know. But I just saw the plants. Maybe you're wanting to start something with gardening. That's very creative. That's very earth energy. I'm terrible with plants. Like I love to see people do stuff with plants. Like I watch gardening videos all the time and I'm like, there's no way I could do that. Like, clearly holding myself back on that one, but I love watching that stuff. I think it's amazing that people can do the things that they do with plants, like where they bring them back to life. And I love looking at like a big full garden. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on with that. So we have take the high road. You're at an impasse with a relationship or a situation. It's time to think bigger. Release the desired outcomes and take the most positive course of action. Leave the past behind you, right? Don't let things, people, places, things hold you back from your destiny. Professional assistance. It may be time to seek a wise counsel. This could be in any area of life, from legal or financial advice to more personal needs such as counseling or therapy. That could be what this Hierophant is here, like getting a mentor, right? Bringing in more stability, trusting in like a mentor, and then learning, because the Page of Swords is very much about learning. So if you're opening to your intuition, this could be about you going to like maybe a psychic or getting someone who can mentor you. If you're starting like some kind of art studio, maybe talking to somebody else that has done that, right? Getting some kind of mentor and getting some more knowledge. Stuck in lack. You have all of the resources that you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It's only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. I know that that's so hard to overcome, those limiting beliefs. Trust me, I've done so much work on that. I have a lot of journals on my website if you're interested in checking those out that really help you with that lack mindset. I encourage you to go look at them. I've used all of them and they've really helped me, but that can be the Six of Cups and that Four of Cups, right? Like really holding you back. Jump in. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway. This is that time. I love it. This divine timing, right? Everything is working out in your favor, and everything will work out in your favor because Spirit wants it to, right? They're handing you this whole new beginning and open you up to your intuition so that you can trust it. So I really love that message for you, Taurus. I hope that this helps, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.